You know, we hear it all the time, right? Play it safe, avoid risks, seek comfort. But what if that's actually the worst advice you could get if you want to be successful? Today, we're going to dig into a really simple story about two plants that completely flips that whole idea upside down. Just let that idea sit with you for a second. What if the very things you think are holding you back are secretly the key to unlocking your greatest strengths? We're going to explore that today through a really powerful little story. So, it all starts with a scene you can probably picture pretty easily. There's this curious young boy, and he goes to his wise old grandfather with a huge question. A question that, let's be honest, all of us have probably asked at some point. He wants the formula, the secret recipe, a clear roadmap to success. But his grandfather, being full of wisdom, he knew you can't just tell someone an answer like that. No, you have to show them. So instead of giving him some long, boring lecture, he takes the boy to a nursery and buys two small, identical plants. And this is where the real lesson begins. When they get home, the grandfather sets up two totally different worlds for these plants. One of them gets planted in a nice pot and stays safely inside the house, no storms, no harsh sun, just perfectly protected. But the other one, he plants it right in the middle of the garden, totally exposed to everything. The wind, the pouring rain, the blazing sun, even little animals. So you've got two identical plants on two radically different journeys. And the boy, well, his conclusion was perfectly logical. He says, of course the safe one will grow better. Why wouldn't it? It's got nothing to worry about. And that makes total sense, right? It's the safe bet. But his grandfather just smiled and said, let's wait and see. So, 4 years go by. The boy, now a young man, comes back to visit, still probably wondering about that secret to success he'd asked about. His grandfather smiles. It's time to check on the results of their little experiment. So, what do you think happened? What's your bet? The protected plant, the one that had everything easy and safe, or the exposed one, the plant that had to fight to survive every single day? Which one do you think came out on top? First, the grandfather takes him to see the indoor plant. And yeah, it had grown. It was a nice, healthy-looking tree, but it was small, pretty much what you'd expect. But then they went outside. And the difference is just staggering. The outdoor plant wasn't just a bit bigger. It was magnificent. A huge, strong tree with branches spreading wide enough to give shade to everyone. The one that faced every single challenge hadn't just survived, it had thrived beyond anyone's wildest dreams. The boy was just completely blown away. It went against everything that seemed logical. How could the plant that struggled so much end up being so much stronger? And that's the moment his grandfather finally delivers the lesson. And this right here, this is the heart of it all. The grandfather explains that the outdoor plant's amazing success didn't happen in spite of its challenges. It happened because of them. Think about it. Every time a storm rolled through, that plant was forced to dig its roots deeper and deeper into the soil just to hang on. Every day, it had to fight for sunlight so its branches grew taller and stronger. Those challenges weren't obstacles. They were its personal trainer. They were the very things that built its incredible strength. The safe indoor plant was always comfortable. But because it never faced a real challenge, it never had a reason to become truly strong. It never reached its full potential. And that's the big idea here. When we constantly choose comfort over challenge, we are actively choosing to limit our own growth. This is such a powerful way to reframe things. A problem isn't a wall that stops you. It's a stepping stone. It's an opportunity for you to build that resilience, to grow those deeper roots that you're going to need for whatever life throws at you next. Okay, so it's a great story, but how do we actually use this? How do we take this two plants idea and apply it to our own lives, our own challenges? Let's break it down. The very first step is all mental. It's about redefining the word obstacle. It's not a dead end. It's not a barrier. It's a puzzle that needs solving. It's a chance to level up, and just that one little shift in perspective can change your entire approach from fear to curiosity. So here's a super simple 3-step framework. First, face the challenge. Lean into it. Don't look for the easy way out. Maybe you're terrified of public speaking. Instead of avoiding it, you volunteer to give that presentation. Second, learn the lesson. While you're in the middle of that struggle, that nerve-wracking prep, ask yourself, what am I learning here? How am I getting better? You're building that muscle. And third, grow stronger. After it's done, you haven't just finished a task.
You've actually emerged with deeper roots. You are more resilient and more capable than you were before.
So I'll just leave you with this one thought. Take a good look at your own life. That thing you're avoiding, that problem that feels completely overwhelming, what if it's not your biggest obstacle? What if it's actually your greatest opportunity in disguise? What if that is the very thing that will help you grow into something magnificent?